Hey everybody, it's your boy Eduardo Jackson, CEO, founder, creator of the Cinema Draft game, coming at you with your weekend preview from our lovely, slightly upgraded homepage, our landing page. Check it out. We've included our pitch video in case you want to invest in the game on our WeFunder page. Very cool. Also make sure you check out how to play, our quick start guide, which leads you into a playlist of all of the tutorial videos, including how to cash out and all that good stuff. All right, but let's just jump into it, review a few call sheets, go over some strategy, and also I want to talk a little bit, because it kind of struck my fancy this afternoon, about movie profitability. It's kind of on my mind, especially with the movie Wonder Woman. So anyways, so this is actually this week's, so real quick, go over a few of these completed call sheets. And actually, hats off, congratulations to our feature presentation winner, back-to-back, Gamble 24/7. Actually, I believe his screen name is Gamble 24x7, but we know he's gambling all day, every day. Congratulations to him. Also, recently of the group chat. It's more power in talking strategies in the group chat. It'll help focus and hone your skills. So make sure you guys check us out on the group chat. Available links available. We tweet it out several times a week, as well as on our Facebook page. We have links there as well. But yes, Gamble 24x7, 401.02. There we go. 401.02 points. Also doubled as our call sheet of the week. As you can see, he had a Tom Holland who did a marvelous job in Spider-Man: Homecoming. I might add, great film. I truly enjoyed the hell out of it. Spider-Man: Homecoming, also a 6-pack of the Big Sick, Captain Underpants, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Mummy were all punts, but punts that proved worthwhile because by leveraging that extra Big Sick actor, so most people went did a 5-pack of Big Sick. He's like, screw it, I'm all in on the Big Sick. He went with a 6-pack and then essentially only had 15 grand left and punted away his final 3 remaining spots, and it worked. More power to him. And that's what earned him the 4-point win over the duo of Bethany Vellante and Excellent. Welcome, Bethany Vellante and Excellent. And welcome back, Bethany Vellante. She's been kind of quiet the last few weeks, kind of lurking, and then here she goes, pops up to the second spot. And actually, I believe this score, this call sheet construction she used on all the rest of the contests for 54-13 overall. So well done to Bethany Vellante. And Excellent also, $61.13 on the other contests as well. So way to get that money. And they had identical call sheets with the 5-pack of the Big Sick and actually a 3-pack of the Hero, which almost got them there. Almost got them there, but it was a little pricey, especially when you had the Hero headliner stack of Laura Prepon and Sam Elliott. While they were able to squeeze out a few extra points, it didn't leave them enough salary in order to afford another Big Sick co-star. But and then also they punted their limited release mandatory pick with the Mummy, Marwan Kenzari, or someone of his ilk. Also in the top 5, God of Cheese coming in 4th, just less than a point off the pace in 4th. The God of Cheese, good for $12.50. The God of Cheese had a 5-pack of the Big Sick, 2-pack of the Hero, 47 meters down. Just I think our highest opening or our highest released limited release this week at about 1,800 screens. That got him 7.59 points with Claire Holt as a headliner, and then also punt as the Mummy. See a theme here? People are punting the Mummy. It's got to run out of the gas, but it's it did well enough to earn people a little bit of money. And then rounding out the top 5, Smart Ash. Welcome back, one of our favorite players. Good to see you back in the mix, Smart Ash. She had a 5-pack of the Big Sick, Spider-Man Homecoming, Tom Holland, Laura Prepon, and Sam Elliott headliner stack into Hero, and just missed out on some points with Allison Brie in the Little Hours and Sophia Boutella in the Mummy, headlining the Mummy. 393.99. Just a couple points off of fourth, and looks like about less than 8 points out of first. Well done, Smart Ash. Also, big shouts to sixth place, Larone, 387.56. Also a group chat member. I'm going to shout out all the group chat members. Ring Balls in 8th, 340.83. Smee, new to the group chat this week. Welcome, Smee. Just made the money, $2.50, 338.61. And then top 10, the Hebrew Hammer, 334.60. Michael Vellante, 11th place, 305.13. And then Jay Devlin, 13th. Not sure what happened there, Jay Devlin. He was on our Friday recap pod. And yeah, in rough night, gave him a rough weekend. He went with a strategy with the headliner and the non-headliner from Spider-Man Homecoming, which is a strategy. The problem is that doesn't leave you much money for anything else. He had to pretty much punt the rest of his call sheet. Punting 8 spots is a pretty dramatic move. Didn't quite work out for him. 296.59. And Hebrew Hammer gets the last laugh. We'll have him on one of these days to defend the slander, the outright slander smeared at him from Jay Devlin. Hebrew Hammer had 334.60. Real quick look at his call sheet. He had a Spider-Man Homecoming headliner and Tom Holland, and they're just kind of all over the place. Had some Big Sick, headliner stack from Big Sick, headliner stack from 47 meters down, headliner stack from The House, which we thought was a little controversial, but Big Sick, actually a 3-pack of the Big Sick is what kind of carried him through, because Big Sick just really performed last weekend. And let's take a look at some of these weekend grosses. Actually, so this had me. So I'll get to Wonder Woman in a second, but the Big Sick obviously it did 3.58 million essentially over the weekend. Really performed well. $10,971 per screen, and honestly, that's where Ring Balls fell a little bit short. I believe Ring Balls had one of our favorite strategies, probably my favorite strategy last weekend, in what was going to be a crowded week towards the top, with most people taking a Spider-Man headliner and then figuring stuff out. Ring Balls decided he was going to fade Spider-Man entirely. That's right. He went a max stack of the Big Sick. I think if it had done maybe 4.5 million, he would have been laughing all the way to the bank. Instead, it only did 3.58 and came about 60 points short. Otherwise, I love the audaciousness of the strategy. He's zigged and everyone else is zagging. Sometimes what you got to do, you got to have a contrarian, but a smart contrarian call sheet when other people's call sheets are hewing more towards what is conventional thinking. So I love the big swing of it. I'll be interested to see what he comes up with this week. And also, he had to add in Baby Driver and 47 meters down as obligatory headliner from his obligatory limited release with a headliner of Clara Holt. He left 9,700 on the table. It's a lot to leave out on the table. So I love the audacity. Didn't quite work out for you this week. Ring Balls 22, but he still got a little money. He's still cash. So kudos to him. One thing I want to delve into, I was really for some reason this kind of struck my fancy this week about profitability, because as we see, Wonder Woman just chugging along, just under 10 million for the weekend, 3,100 per screen, almost 3,200 per screen, still on 3,091 screens, 368 domestic, and if you dig into the numbers a little bit deeper, 377 million foreign for a cum of $745.6 million. And you're like, God, that's a lot of money. Then also you think, well, you know what? you know, it costs a lot of money. What's the old saying? Spend a lot of money, make a lot of money, spend a lot of money. $149 million production budget, which actually for a blockbuster is actually about average. And I was kind of curious about the financials or whatever of a lot of these movies, and so I just kind of went on a little bit of a rabbit hole. Found this site. How do Hollywood movies make a profit? Really interesting blog from Stephen Follows, Film Data and Education. He kind of did a deep dive into this. I think he might be British. Yes, looks like he's British. Anyways, he went through and examined 279 movies, you know, from 2016, or between 1990 and 2015, whatever. And basically, to skip a bunch of reading for you, basically came out with a formula. Basically, the average 150 a movie with $150 million budget, like your Wonder Woman, 149 million, so right, spot on right there. Basically, he found that the average of that movie will cost about 417 million when all costs are accounted for. That includes production budget, marketing, advertising, physical costs of the film. So marketing, advertising plus physical costs, what we call P&A, prints and advertising. Additional talent compensation, like if they had points on the back end, or for you, The Wire fans, points in the package, and then also additional overhead costs, financing, taxes, etc. So that basically, for a $150 million movie, and your expenses are going to be 417 million on average. So basically, 417 divided by 150 is basically 2.78 multiplier. So for every 140, so for every, you know, movie out there, generally ish, you're going to assume it's going to cost you 2.78 the times the budget for its actual expenses. So and then he also said that this film typically will bring in 433 million in revenue for an average of 14.8 million in profit. Which, if you're looking at on a ROI production ROI standpoint, 14.8 million in profit. So 433 in revenue minus 14.8 million in profit. Oh, sorry, 14.8 million in profit against your 433 in revenue is basically about 3% ROI, 3.4% ROI, you know, on average. Now, let's take this to Wonder Woman, which to me it's a great phenomenon. I truly enjoyed the movie. I've seen it twice in the theaters. I enjoyed the hell out of it. And I'm actually interested to see what Spider-Man does itself. But basically, you've got 745 million, you know, worldwide so far. So basically, off of it, if going off this formula of 2.78 times the original budget, so 149 times 2.78, we're assuming about 414.22 million in total costs, right? So 745.6 minus 414.2, and this movie has made an astounding $331.4 million in profit. Pure profit for the studio. And to be honest with you, that type of stuff is what's going to get you through a rainy day, Warner Brothers. I mean, Warner Brothers, I mean, you know, they're going to have some success. They're going to have some success. They're going to have some down movies. And you know, and it's actually, this is by, can we see it by studio? I was curious what Warner Brothers has done like this year. This year, you know, pretty good year. Lego Batman, Skull Island. I mean, you know, but then you're gonna have your movies like Chips, 18 million, not good. The House, 18 million, not good. Unforgettable, pretty forgettable. So you're gonna need a lot of these movies to kind of, you know, buffer you with, you know, the debt. Like Fist Fight, 32 million, probably didn't cost that much to make, to be honest with you. But I mean, but King Arthur Legend of the Sword, that's a huge write-off. Going in Style, you know, might be a break even, whatever. Yeah, but you know, Kong Skull Island performed. So you're gonna need these movies. Your Kong Skull Islands, which are gonna do well, in foreign. The Lego Batman movie is going to do well internationally as well, and your Wonder Woman to really lift, all tides, especially at a publicly owned company where they have to report quarterly and all that sort of stuff. You got shareholders breathing down your neck. Got the people demanding returns every quarter. Blah blah. The Wonder Woman's going to get you through not only your quarter but through your year. So very interesting. Little side note I was interested in because then you look at a movie like say Spider-Man. Very good movie. It's going to do gangbusters. I mean, its weekend gross is 117. Its total gross so far is 256 million worldwide. It's had a budget of 175. So at 175 million at 2.78 multiplier, it's basically going to need 486. It's going to need 487 million just to break even. All right, so let's keep an eye on this as this thing progresses. I'm expecting another gangbusters weekend for it, maybe another 60 million domestically. It looks like foreign to domestic is running about maybe 20% surplus, so it might add another, I don't know, 100 million this weekend, 85 to 90 million this weekend overall. So let's just look at the magic number for this. Magic number for this movie, in order for it to break even, is gonna be 487. I think it'll clear that in spades. I mean, it's such an enjoyable movie. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I saw it actually a second time, this time in 3D yesterday. Need to pick me up, and it's gonna do gangbusters. I don't know if it will do quite like $1 billion, but it could. I totally see it doing, maybe 650 million total. I wouldn't be surprised if it hits 700 million when it's all said and told. But that's just a little insider peek into studio economics. Just think, next time when you're looking at these movie budgets and how the sausage is made, like for example, your Despicable Me's 80 million budget, which is actually pretty economical for a sequel with some pretty decent talent attached. I mean, and you look in and you dive deeper into its finances. Despicable Me, it's done 440 million worldwide. It only needs 222 million to break even, so they're already in the black. They've actually doubled their money. So kudos to them. Kudos to them. Okay, so going to this week's talent pool, just a quick flyover because we'll be going a little bit more in depth in the shot list when I record tonight, hopefully with the tripod. We will be discussing going into depth with the shot list, but the big openers this week are going to be War for the Planet of the Apes. There we go. At 3,800 wide release. We're guesstimating Wish Upon will open at about 1,800 in limited release. If so, it's a good bargain. If not, it might be a little too wide for its own good. These horror movies, especially teen horror movies, tend to do best in this kind of 1,800, 1,500 to 1,800 sweet spot when they open. Second week of Spider-Man Homecoming. Ghost Story performed really well on 4 screens last week. It might expand a little bit wider. Despicable Me still has some juice in the tank. And Baby Driver, it might start to slow down in the house as Dead Man Walking. But as far as some of these values go, it's kind of hard to tell a little bit when it comes to War for the Planet of the Apes. One of my tools I look at, hsx.com, that's the Hollywood Stock Exchange.com. When you look for War for the Planet of the Apes, basically $1 on this site translates into $1 in movie gross. Interesting. Last time I checked, it was at 63 dollars-ish. Now it looks like it's at 67 and trending higher. So they're expecting a really big opening weekend for War for the Planet of the Apes. I can't wait. Very excited. One of my top movies this summer I want to see. This will definitely be the post-lock movie of the week this week. So keep your eye out on that. At 20 now, looking at 24,000 for Andy Serkis, 24,600 for Woody Harrelson, might be some decent value there. You can definitely headliner stack them. It'll be interesting to see if you might want some exposure to Spider-Man's second weekend. 8,500 Ryan Phillippe, 8,600 Joey King and Wish Upon. There might be a move right there to do. Ghost Story, kind of hard to tell without information on how wide it's going to, or how much more it's going to expand. I expect it to be still very limited on platform release. Spider-Man holds steady, if not increase a few screens. Everyone wants some of that Spidey Marvel money. And Despicable Me might still be in the mix. Might be a tad overpriced, though. Going to its third weekend. After 33 million last weekend, it might drop to about 17, 18 million this weekend. Might be a little tad overpriced. So that's your quick flyover. Once again, thanks for listening, everybody. Checking out this recap. This solo pod recap from the weekend's action and our brief talent pool preview and a little bit of studio economics. That was fun to get into how the sausage is made, forge a deeper connection to the product we're buying. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media. Make sure you tell all your friends. Visit our corporate blog at medium.com/@cinemadraft, and make sure to invest. Only $100 to invest in the future of this company. You do get your money back if we don't reach our funding goals. So make sure you help us out. Really fun pitch video. You should take a look at 2 minutes, 27 seconds, trailer length, action packed with somebody you know who might be doing a little voiceover. Check it out. And also make sure between now and the next time you hear, subscribe also, iTunes, YouTube, anywhere you get your podcast from. And between now and the next time you see us, go see a movie. Why don't you go see a movie or something?